Hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? It is time to start our day. It is time to work and play. Hello everybody, how are you? Hi everyone and welcome to our snow day. Today we are going to have a snow day together. And by that I mean we are actually going to make some snow together. We are going to make several different kinds of snowflakes, including a beautiful picture of one. We're going to learn a little bit about snow. We're going to learn something we can do with snow. So let's start with learning about snow. What is snow? Where does it come from? Why does it happen? When does it happen? What we know about snow is that it's beautiful to look at, that it can be slippery, that it's cold, that it's wet, that sometimes you can pack it together and make snowballs and snowmen. Sometimes you can't. Depends on what kind of snow you get. Well, snow happens, as we know, in the wintertime because that's when it's cold. When water comes out of the sky in the summertime, it comes out in the form of rain. But in the wintertime, the water vapor that's up in the sky freezes, and that's when we get the beautiful snow that falls. Now, snowflakes are very special because no two snowflakes that you find in nature are the same. Every one, if you got to take a close-up look at it, looks differently close up, which is a pretty special thing. Now, if you ever want to take a good look at snowflakes, if you have a piece of black paper, I have a piece right here. When it's snowing outside, take your black paper, take it outside, and let some snowflakes fall on it. Observe them. Watch what happens. Watch them melt when it gets warmer. It's going to get warmer as it hits the paper, and the heat from your hand touches it as well. They'll start to melt down, and you can look at them. If you have a magnifying glass as they're melting, take that magnifying glass and get a good look at the shape, the form of it, and how it looks as it melts. It's pretty cool to watch. Also, something you can do is if you have a black paper, maybe you have another piece of paper, like I have an orange one here, you can cut a different shape out of this one, maybe a triangle, maybe a circle, and you can experiment by laying that on the black paper, putting it out in the snow, and seeing what happens. See when you go to take that other piece of paper off, what happens. Give it a try and see. Something else you could do, if you have white paper, excuse me, you can try putting some tissue paper, some colored tissue paper on white paper, getting it wet with snow and seeing what happens. Especially if you have special tissue paper called bleeding tissue paper, the color makes a beautiful picture. Those are some fun activities to do in the snow. How about making some snowflakes? Before we get to actually making snow, let's make some snowflakes together. One way to do it is by taking a piece of white paper and a pair of scissors. Maybe you've done this at home before. What you can do, this is kind of a big paper, so it's going to make a big snowflake. But let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm going to make what's called the crease. I'm going to go this way, fold it this way, and I'm going to press it. Now I have what shape do I have? I have a rectangle, 2 long sides, 2 short sides. I'm going to take my rectangle and I'm going to fold it in half again. And I'm going to do the same thing where I push it down to make a crease. Now this is where it gets to be fun. I'm going to take my scissors, my 2 fingers on bottom, my thumb up on top, and I'm going to start making some random cuts. I'm going to go to each of the 4 edges of my rectangle, and I'm going to do a couple triangles. I'm going to go up and down, and I'm going to cut that right out and let it fall. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do it again. Let's do it this way so you can see better. Up, up, let that one fall. Now maybe on this end I'm just going to make one big triangle. I'm going to go up to the middle. Then I'm going to go over here, do the same thing. Right now it doesn't look much like a snowflake. Let's see what happens in a minute. This one I'm going to try a curve. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to curve around. We'll see what that looks like. And I'm going to do one more small cut down here at the bottom. Just a little triangle. You know what? I better do a kind of a rectangle, kind of a parallelogram there because, you know, rectangle being our shape and all. Okay, now to see the snowflake, I'm going to open it up. Were you cutting along with me? Were you ready to open yours up and see what they look like? You ready? Let's see. My beautiful snowflake. And I can hang it. I can make more. I can have a smaller piece of paper and still fold it and do the same thing and have a smaller snowflake. I can make every snowflake different and unique, just like the ones we find in nature. That's one way that you can make a snowflake. Another way to make a snowflake is if you have maybe some Q-tips. I've got some Q-tips here, and I chose a piece of blue paper because to me blue looks like the sky. So I want my snowflake to look like it's flying or falling through the sky. So to make my Q-tip stick, what do you think I should use? I think I could use tape, but that will kind of show. But I'm going to try some glue. I'm going to put some glue on here, and then I can take each Q-tip, and I can even break them in half if I wanted it smaller, and I can take them, and I can make a snowflake design. Let me see, I'll just do this with my fingers real quick and then I'll put a little glue on. I can kind of make them all the different angles coming out, and I can start a snowflake design. Let me see if my glue will cooperate with me today, if we can make a little bit of a picture of a snowflake picture. So let me put, my Q-tips are long. Uh-oh, maybe not. Let's try one more thing. Does this ever happen to you? Your glue kind of glues itself shut. This happens to me all the time. Let's see if I can get my glue to work now. Oh, there we go. So that's kind of the length and the shape of the Q-tip. Maybe I need a little bit more just to make sure it holds in place. Okay, and then I can put my Q-tip right on there. And then I can keep going. I can make another one come out from over here and maybe over here. And then I can keep going around and around until I have a Q-tip snowflake. And again, snowflakes are all different, so yours can look however you want it to look. And I can do more than one snowflake on my paper. I can make another one here. I can make another one there. I can make as many as I want. Like I said, I can break my Q-tip in half, and then I can have smaller parts of my snowflake coming out. I'm going to stop there, but you guys can keep going and make beautiful snowflakes out of Q-tips and whatever color paper that you want. Now, another way, I am trying this with you guys. I started a project a little bit ago, and we're going to finish it together. So let's hope that it works, because sometimes the things we do, they don't always work, but that's okay. What I did earlier was I took a piece of paper. This time I chose white paper, and I put some glue on it in the shape of a snowflake. Now, that might be kind of hard to see because it's white glue on a white paper. Do you see it? After I put the glue on there, I made my snowflake design. I did the glue. While the glue was still wet, I took salt and I sprinkled it all over. So that's why I've got it in a tray, because I haven't cleaned the paper up yet. You ready? Let's see if this, maybe the salt will look like snow coming down. You ready? I don't know if you could see that or hear that, but a bunch of salt just came off of there. So now my glue is almost dry and the salt is on there. I want to turn it into a pretty color. So I have a bowl, and in the bowl I am going to put a little bit of water and some blue food coloring. Now I'm going to take a couple of tablespoons. I have a tablespoon measurement here. Let's count. 1, 2, let's do one more. 3 tablespoons of water. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of blue food coloring. Now this is where you would definitely want a grown-up's help, okay? Because blue, when you get food coloring on something, it doesn't come out. So you want to make sure you're very, very careful when you're using food coloring. And I'm just going to tip it over, and I'm going to put a drop. And then I have something called a pipette. You might not have that at home, but you might have a medicine dropper that your grown-up will let you use. So I actually have both of those here. This is a pipette. It's like a turkey baster. If your mom or dad has one of those, your grown-up has one of those. This is a medicine dropper. You can use either thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pipette and I'm going to stir it up to get the beautiful color. Do you see the pretty shade of blue I'm getting? Hey, blue, our color of the month. I'm getting a beautiful shade of blue. Now to suck it up into this, here's what you do. You squeeze the top while it's still up in the air. You put the bottom into the water and you let go of the top, and look how it fills up. Then I'm going to take it to my drawing. See, I'm not squeezing right now because when I squeeze it's going to come out again, so I have to be really careful. I take it over here to my drawing, and let's see if this works. I'm going to slowly, I don't want to do too much. I'm just going to start dropping it. Well, my glue is not completely dry yet. But what happens is the salt, you see it starting to turn? The salt that I put on there will make it look crystally like a snowflake. So you can experiment with that today too. I used glue first, made the design of a snowflake, then I poured salt on it. Probably should have let it dry a little bit longer because I think it would have stuck better. And then I put the watered down food coloring on there, and I get a crystal looking snowflake. Isn't it beautiful? All right, let's put that aside because, like I said at the beginning of our time together, we are going to make snow together today. I don't have water vapor, do you? I can't freeze water vapor, can you? So we have to come up with our own way. Sometimes when you live in a place where there's snow, you see it outside, but it's too cold to go play in it. Or in our case, it's been too icy to play in it. You can't really make a lot of snowballs. So you want to take matters into your own hand, and you want to make your own snowball. So I have a clear dish we're going to start with, and we are going to measure. There's 2 ingredients that go into this. One, baking soda, because baking soda works with just about everything. You can cook with it, you can clean with it, you can make snow with it. We're going to use baking soda, and then oddly enough, we're going to use shampoo. That's the other thing. You can also use conditioner, I heard, and shaving cream, but we're going to use shampoo today. Now, what's important about making our snow is that we use the right amounts of both things. If I use 5 parts of this, I'm going to use 1 part of this, okay? But we're going to do that 2 times. So I've got a little measuring cup here. I'm going to open up my baking soda, and you're going to help me count to 10. You ready? We're going to take 10 scoops out and put them in my bowl. Let's see. Ready? Count me count. 1, 2, 3. Would you like to see what I'm doing? You can't see what I'm doing. Let's pull our board over. You guys remember that was 3, okay? We can't lose count. We'll pull our board over, get this out of our way. I'd like you to be able to see our snow. Okay, where were we? Who remembers? We did 3, right? Okay, let's put it up here. I think you'll be able to see it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here comes number 4. 5. I might need another bag. 6. That's gonna be close. 7. Yep, we have to get another bag. You ready? Oh, that really wasn't 8. We'll go to 8 for here. New bag is heavy. Okay. My new bag I have to cut open. Oh, that's not cooperating. Glue, my new bag. Okay, we are on number 8, right? We finished with 7. Here goes 8. This is so exciting. 9. It looks like snow, but it's too powdery right now. And 10. Now, if you remember, I said if we did 5 of the baking soda, we did 1 shampoo. But we did 10 of the baking soda, so we have to do 2 shampoos. You ready? I'm going to squeeze this into here. Now you're going to help me count to 2. So my snow, it's not only going to be fun to play in, it's going to smell good. 1. It's gooey and messy right now. And 2. Okay. So just like when you're cooking, it doesn't just automatically become what you want it to. You have to mix it together. So I'm going to pull my sleeves up. We're going to get in here. We're going to mix this up. And we're going to see if it turns into kind of a snow-like substance. You ready? Hold it up here. Ooh, that is cold. It feels just as cold as snow does. The more I mix it, the more it should become like snow. And then you know what I can do with it? I can make snowballs. I can make a snowman. What do you like to do with your snows? I don't think I can make a snow angel. Do you think I can get in there? I don't think I can, but my fingers can sure get in there. Maybe they can make a little angel. It's starting to come together and it's starting to get kind of crumbly. So it's turning more into something that I'm going to be able to play with and use and make a snowball with. Let me see if it's ready to make a snowman. Let's see here. I think I need a little bit more mixing. Once you have it good and mixed, I have some shampoo stuck to my finger. Once you have it good and mixed, it'll start to stick together. You ready? Let's see if I can make a snowball. Look at that. I have my first snowball. How many snowballs do you usually see on a snowman? I think of snowmen as being kind of like 3. They have a bottom, they have a middle, and they have a top. So I'm going to put this one out here. Here's our snowball. Look at that. We took baking soda, we took shampoo, and we are making a snowman with it. We are turning it into snow and making a snowman. There's his bottom. There's his middle. How cool is this, you guys? Then if you had the supplies, if you had some paper or something else, you can make him a little hat, a carrot nose, a little scarf maybe, whatever you want to make for him. That might be too big. His head should be small, shouldn't it? Should be smaller than the rest of his body. Ta-da! Meet my snowman, everyone. Well, thanks for playing in the snow with me today and having a snow day. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.